of Rick's Horror Movie Review Show. That's Rick's Rated R Horror Movie Review Show, where we review absolutely everything and anything that is related to horror. Horror movies, horror TV shows, horror documentaries, horror prep test special from the 1990s featuring... I'm Barbara Walters. And I'm Hugh Downs, and this is 2020. We've done a horror video game review. We've done a horror experience review. We've reviewed horror YouTube shorts. We've reviewed absolutely everything and anything that is related to horror, because around here, we absolutely love that shit. But if we are honest with you, and there's one thing that you can count on from this show, it's not entertainment. Forget about it, eh? No, it's not entertainment. It is honesty. And if I'm honest with you, there's a particular type of horror that I tend to gravitate towards. As a consequence of this greater gravitational mass, which, by the way, there's some new and interesting information about gravity. Should explore that in an episode. But no! That's horror that deals with the Catholic Church, of course, and you cannot have. My notes here say, no Catholic Church, no demonic possession, no movie. I must have demonic possession, but it's not the only thing we enjoy. I also like knowing what vampires do in their spare time, only what they do in the shadows, though. And of course, I love a good zombie movie, zombie story, zombie video game. I love that shit. I want to see zombies eat your brain. They're hungry. What are you gonna do? You get hungry, right? Everybody gets hungry. Of course, I also like knowing what witches do in their covens. And last but not least, I also like knowing what happens in a haunted home when someone who has unfinished business haunts you. Doesn't want to leave, maybe. Maybe you should ask, what do you want? I see dead people. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. If you are a new listener, welcome. We love having you here. Before I go on, before my producers start barking in my ears, allow me to tell you about my socials. You can find me, Rick, at Rick's Horror on the Instagram, on the TikToks, on the YouTubes, and of course on Spotify. But you know what? You will never find me. You'll never find me on the goddamn Facebooks, because that's for the olds. Before we continue, it is now time to introduce the co-host of Rick's Horror Movie Review Show, Rick's Rated R Horror Movie Review Show, Billy the Here I am, and we're back, and it's good to be back, and I don't think we're gonna jump on the DeLorean tonight. Because the movie that we're currently reviewing, or the movie that we're gonna review tonight, takes place in the present. So unless you wanna take the DeLorean back to the night that you saw this movie, then we don't need to jump on it. But anyway, tonight we're gonna review a movie by the name of The Watchers right here on Billy's Rated B Horror Movie Review Show. I'm not gonna say anything, fine. Okay, yeah. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Billy's Rated B Horror Movie Review Show. Okay. Just kidding. It's just a joke. Let's get it done. It's good to be back. Here, take one of these. Thank you. This will be a spoiler-free review of the movie The Watchers. Welcome to the review part. We'll no improvisation tonight, of course. No improv. Oh, my mic was well, a little crazy there. Ooh, crazy. That thing is terrible. Like Charles Barkley. Okay, so we are going to talk about what? Let's jump into it. Why am I going to talk about what I'm going to talk about? Let me talk about what I'm going to talk about. And allow me to introduce a new window here. Oh, so I am going to tell you why I decided to review The Watchers. Might be a little loud there. I think your sound effects are a little loud. I can barely hear you. Okay, so why did I decide to review this movie, The Watchers? And I'll say this again, spoiler. This will be a spoiler-free review of The Watchers. We're not gonna spoil anything for you around here. So if you haven't seen this movie, that's alright. You can keep listening to this because we ain't gonna spoil nothing. Capiche? Huh? You got it? Alright, well, let's continue with the show then, Alright. The reason why I wanted to watch this movie was because I read the book. I did not. I had no idea this thing existed. No. I decided to watch this movie because the title seemed interesting. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry. I wish I had a more interesting story to tell you, but you know, I don't like watching trailers. I don't remember this being a trailer. God, they bombarded me with that Spider movie, and earlier in the year I was bombarded with Night Swim. God, they wouldn't stop showing Night Swim trailers, and of course, what else have I seen in Abigail? Good Lord, how much they bombarded us with Abigail. They gave away too much in the trailer. If you have not listened to our review of Abigail or Night Swim, check those out. But no, I just said to myself, well, they'll watch it. They're watching. It sounds like a good movie. Let's go watch it. Yeah, I want to watch. I want to watch somebody get watched. Who's watching who? Well, why are they getting watched? Are we watching watches, or are they watching us? Or are we the ones watching the watches while the watches watch somebody else? I don't know. I want to figure this out. Alright? Well, I'm a little curious. I mean, I want to know who's getting watched. Are we the ones being watched? Like, in the theater, is somebody watching us while we're watching the watches who are watching somebody else? I don't know. I wanted to figure it out. Well, that's the reason why we decided to watch the watches. Okay, and now it's time for fun film facts with Billy the AI. Billy? Welcome back to another exciting episode of 4 Fun Film Facts with Billy the AI. Hey, you haven't changed my credit. The card. The thing on the screen still says why this is in my segment. Oh. Sorry. Here we go. Let me do this for you. What's the matter? Okay, it still says why this movie. Oh, there we go. All right, welcome back to another exciting episode. Finally, with some technical difficulties that had nothing to do with me. It's Rick's horror movie review show. So, you know, the problems I always hit. Anyway, welcome back to another exciting episode of Fun Facts with Billy the AI. I'm your host, Billy the AI, and this is Fun Fact number 1. The Watchers is based on the novel by the same name by an author named A.M. Shine. And yeah, that's fun film fact number 1. Fun film fact number 2. In the United Kingdom and Ireland, and the film is actually called The Watch. And that's fun film fact number 2. And fun film fact number 3. You know, this movie was filmed in eerie and atmospheric locations across Ireland. Some scenes were actually shot in abandoned castles and mist-covered forests and desolate moors. And you know, oh my goodness, I messed up. You got me nervous when you got the wrong card up there. It's already the right one. I'm sorry. I'm working here, right? Sometimes there's technical difficulties, right? Wow. Why are you talking like that? Wait a minute. This is the way I always talk. No, you don't. Whatever. I know what. This is the last fun fact. Fun fact number 4. The idea for the Watchers came to Shine. That's the author's name, A.M. Shine. After he visited the Connemara Forest in Ireland, which inspired the eerie and claustrophobic settings of the book originally, which was then, of course, turned into a film. And thank you for listening or watching. This has been 4 Fun Film Facts with Billy Day AI, and I am your host, Billy Day AI, and we'll catch you again next time on another exciting episode of 4 Fun Film Facts with Billy AI, and now back to Rick. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so what kind of horror film is it? Without spoiling too much. This is a, well, first and foremost, it has supernatural elements. Supernatural elements. There are, without giving too much away, mysterious entities. The watchers in the story are otherworldly or supernatural beings that watch the characters. Their motives and nature are shrouded in mystery, contributing to the horror. Come on. You knew somebody was getting watched, okay? There's also a bit of unexplained phenomena. The novel and the film may or may not feature unexplained events and occurrences that defy logical explanation, heightening the sense of dread and uncertainty that both the audience and the characters in the movie experience. The Watcher also contains survivor horror elements. There is isolation, and lots of it. The settings, of course, mentioned earlier, is a remote forest, and this emphasizes the character's isolation with no easy means of escape or communication with the outside world. There is, of course, also desperation in this survival horror. The characters are often in a fight for survival, facing both the physical threat of the watchers and the mental toll of their situation. There are also creepy soundscapes, so this is also a visual and auditory horror. The film likely uses sound design to enhance this horror with eerie noises, whispers, and sounds of the forest, contributing to the unsettling atmosphere. Now, why do you say unlikely? I don't know. I don't want you to come into this thinking that that's all you're gonna get. Maybe you don't get visual and auditory horror. I don't know. No, you do. I'm giving a little more than I should, honestly. Maybe there'll be a spoiler horror. What I'm telling you the story. I'm telling you what happens, some elements of the story. Hey, I'm walking on fine ice here. Like, come me a break. The cinematography probably plays with shadows, darkness, and the dense forest environment to create a sense of claustrophobia and fear. Perhaps. Alright? Well, that's the kind of horror film this is. Okay. Is The Watchers a scary film? Hey, mister. Oh, damn you, child. Hey, mister, is this film... Get out of here, child! I'll tell you whether or not this film is cute. You know, that kid hasn't been around here in a while. I don't know what you did, but, maybe you should just do it again. I don't know what I did. Maybe, finally somebody said, what the hell is this random child just jumping into people's shows without any respect? And, I don't know, probably somebody kicked him out, the bouncer or something. I think you should lock the studio doors and don't let that creepy little kid in here again. Yeah, I agree with you. Is this film scary? I don't know how scary you could be. By the way, most of you that listen, or pretend to listen, most of you that listen to the show know that very rarely do I get scared in horror movies. And by the way, if you're not listening to our review of The Exorcist, you should listen to that, because that was an interesting one. It's not scary. I hate to beat around the bush here. This is a PG-13 rated film. What do you expect? There's only so much they can squeeze in, and maybe this movie, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what to say. I just don't think it was a scary movie. All right, it's a horror movie, but it's not scary. So is it really a horror movie then? I don't know. I really don't know. But I liked some of the, scary elements. I just don't think it was that scary. So I'm going to give this movie a 1 out of 10 on the scary scales. Not scary at all. Is the jump scare overused in The Watchers? I actually do not remember any jump scares in this movie, but I want to be honest with you. There's another segment here coming up, and I explain more on this. I must explain in more detail why I may not remember that, okay? But no, I don't recall any jump scares being used in this film. If there were, they didn't really register. I certainly don't feel like they were overused. I don't remember any. Maybe there were. I don't know. Okay, so no. I'm going to say no, the jump scare is not overused. The things I liked, sponsored as usual. Well, this is the things I didn't like. The things I liked, sponsored as usual by no one. There are a lot of things I liked about this film. First and foremost, this is a rather interesting story. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's based on a novel, and there's only so much you can squeeze from a novel into a motion picture event. Into a motion picture. But I think what they squeezed in was, interesting enough. They did a good job at converting it into a screenplay. So I thought it was an interesting story. Another thing I liked was the fact that this film was set in Ireland. I enjoyed that. The scenery was amazing. Both the foresty landscapes and obviously the cityscapes as well that are full of old brick buildings, unlike we see around here in LA. Of course, we see some brick buildings in downtown LA, but not in the same way that you see them in Ireland. So I really like the fact that it was set in Ireland. The scenery, it was quite amazing. Another thing I really enjoyed was the sound design. I thought the sound design was exquisite sound design. It was really well done. I think it accentuated and never took away from scenes. Scenes that were supposed to be tense were not disrupted or interfered with by some random weird ass sound that you're like, what the fuck is that noise? No, I thought everything was really well mixed, and they did a tremendous job with the sound design. Good job, sound engineers. This one's for you. Another thing I really enjoyed about this film was actually the acting. What can I say? I like the acting. I thought the acting, I thought everybody in this film, from Dakota Fanning all the way down to everybody else, did a tremendous job at playing their parts. They got me to believe that they were the people who were, doing the thing with the thing. I never felt like I was watching Dakota Fanning in this film. I just felt like I saw this character who is going through these events in this film, and it wasn't just Dakota Fanning. Everybody on down on there. Okay, so yes, I thought that everybody did a tremendous job with their roles. Also sponsored as usual by no one. Okay. I did not like the CGI. Now, I ain't gonna tell you where, when the CGI happens, but most of it may be good. But there are certain things and certain elements in this film that really, really stand out to me as poor CGI. In the year 20,024, not 20,024. In the year 2024, there's just no excuse for poor CGI in movies. I just don't get it. It's just pay the budget, put the thing with the thing that is supposed to have good CGI, and make it as believable as you possibly can. Please. Be a human being, damn it. Have some decency. Damn you. Oh yes, the CGI wasn't great, so I won't spoil anything or give it away, but for me personally, it left me wanting, better CGI. Okay. Another thing I thought, methinks, therefore me am, another thing I thought was actually really, really bad, and I didn't like, was the pacing of this film. I felt like it was, oh Lord almighty, a slow burn. Ladies and gentlemen, the sheriff from Pet Cemetery Bloodline. What? Well, you know howdy. Well, you know how you wanna burn him down, sometimes the bone gotta be a little bit low. You know, maybe the only way that they could contain whatever they wanted to contain and in or out of the forest without giving too much away. Well, to have a real nice slow burn and slowly burn. I'm a bitch down. Well, Sheriff, nothing actually burned. It was just saying, no matter, not in a literal sense, there was a slow burn. It's just a figure of speech, an expression to say that the film was taking longer to get to the point. I don't reckon maybe I made the wrong appearance tonight. Anyway, if you ever need anything to be burned down to the ground, burn that some bit down. Then, we'll give your old pal, the Harry, a call and I'll be right here. Anyway, I must be gone. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sheriff from Pet Cemetery Bloodline. But yeah, it was a super slow burn. It was such a slow burn. My goodness, so slow. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I kept doing. And they kept teasing and getting close to something good potentially. And then nothing. For 5 more minutes, and this just kept going, and it felt like an infinite amount of time they did this, and I didn't like it. Yeah, so did I fall asleep watching this movie? Like I said, it was a slow burn, so you're goddamn right I fell asleep watching this movie. I knocked out for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and there was probably some real important stuff there that I missed. Actually, not too important. I don't feel like I actually missed. Good Lord, what a way to contradict myself immediately after saying something. I don't think I particularly missed too much. Maybe I missed a jump scare or two. I was able to keep up with the story, so clearly those 5 to 10 minutes that I missed did not really affect my understanding of the film. And I think I needed that nap because of that super slow burn. So yes, I did indeed fall asleep watching. Do I endorse The Watchers? I would really like to. I can only imagine what a movie like this would have been if it was a rated R film. I don't understand. It must be economically based. I don't understand the PG-13 horror movie. I really don't. It's not for me. Maybe that's just what it is. It's for kids and it's for families. It's not for, people who have seen so many horror movies, who have seen a lot of horror movies in their lifetime. So maybe this movie was never for me and I was never meant to like it. Maybe I need to live with this. I'm gonna live with the fact that this movie wasn't for me. But yeah, I cannot endorse this film, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I really want to, but it just did not hit the right. It just didn't push the right buttons. I just didn't do it. I really want to. I wanna endorse this film, but I really can't. Anyway. Rating. This movie was a decent film to watch on a Friday night. It's not revolutionary. It's not going to change the future of horror cinema. It's not going to be remembered as one of the greatest in the annals in the history of movie making or horror movie making in the history of ever. But, it was a pedestrian film to watch, and I don't feel like, I wasted. I got a good nap. That's important. Had some good popcorn. Had a good hot dog. And so because of all these positive things, I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10 right here on Rick's Horror Movie Review Show. A 6 out of 10, and I forgot to score through the things. Billy, what do you give this movie? Yeah, I'm also gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10 on Billy's Right at Me Horror Movie Review Show, where we review all things related to horror movies, horror TV shows, horror documentaries, horror YouTube shows, horror content specials from the 1990s, featuring Barbara Watchers and Hugh Down. This is 2020. Okay, Jesus Christ. He was just mocking me or something. Oh, no, I wasn't mocking you. If I wanted to mock you, I said something like, welcome back to Rick's Horror Movie Review Show. Okay, yeah, right, I get it. Anything else to say before we leave for the night? This is a short episode. Again, no improv tonight. Yeah, I gotta say, I was also a little disappointed in the story. I hold on a second. Maybe I should have read the book before this. The computing. Oh God, not with the computing thing again. Okay, I just read the novel, and it's actually a pretty good novel. I just feel like they left a lot of things out, and maybe with an alternate ending. You know what I really liked about the alternate? Whoa, no. Spoiler free. Right. Anyway, I really think that's gonna be it for me. I don't have anything else to say. Fair enough. And yes, for some reason, you are still here. We're still here. If you're still here for some reason, we thank you for listening to another exciting episode of Rick's Horror Movie Review Show. Rick's Radar Horror Movie Review Show. No improv tonight. There's the process to making the improv. But you said it's improv, Rick. Don't you improvise anything? Of course, but I gotta set up the scenes, and I gotta have more information about the scenes, and I don't have that available. I mean, I guess I could take my laptop into the movie theater and take some notes as I'm doing that, but I don't know if they would take too kindly to that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If for some reason you like the crazy shit that we do around here, and you think somebody else that you know might like the crazy shit that we do around here, let them know. Hey, I know this crazy dude on the internet, on the old Spotify and on the YouTube, so does crazy shit with movie reviews. You should check him out. Let him know. Thank you and good night.